Good morning, everyone. By now, you probably know who I am, but I'll say it again. I am Mickey, a teen programs manager at Step Up, and I'm honored to welcome you to Explore Pathways with PepsiCo. And I'd like to kick off this event by taking a moment to acknowledge and thank you all for joining us today. And I'd like to recognize all of you that are experiencing Step Up for the first time today. Welcome. Um, and I'll pass it to Hollis, who will be co-facilitating with me today.
Thanks, Mickey. Hi, everybody. You also probably know me. I'm Hollis Heath, the team program manager, excuse me, at Step Up. As Mickey said, I'll be co-leading with her today. And please, I'm joining you from New York. So would love to know where you are joining from. So if you could tell us in the chat, that would be so appreciated. Just introduce yourself, where you're coming from. We're really excited about today and looking forward to this fourth day of career camp. But before we get into everything, would love to just go over some friendly reminders. So the first thing is how you're named on the screen is really, really important. So you want to adjust your name right now to reflect your name, your role for today. So that's either going to be a teen, a young adult, or a mentor, or your staff, and then your pronoun. That's going to be important when we do our breakouts a little bit later. And then we'd love it if you could turn your cameras on today. We know that we're virtual and not all in the same place, but when you turn your cameras on, it creates an experience like we are. And we just love seeing your beautiful faces. So if you can, you have the space and capacity, please, please, please turn your camera on. And then just want to let you know that you're going to be muted throughout the session until we go into the breakout groups, or if we request and say, hey, unmute and share. You can add any positive comments or reactions you have in the chat box. And if you have any questions or get kicked out or you're confused, you can message my lay in the chat. So that's what we just want to go over. And then let's go over what our day is going to look like. So want to let you know that our goal for this time is for you to express your voice among your peers and mentors to really increase your beliefs around your ability to shape your own path. You've heard me say that so many times, but don't want you to forget it. You're going to have the opportunity to connect with, listen to, learn from company experts in order to build knowledge of life paths and opportunities that are available. And we want you to walk away with more knowledge about PepsiCo. So today, we're really, really grateful to partner with PepsiCo to take a deeper look into all the career paths that are available. But before we do that, like I said, we're going to look at our agenda. So we're going to start with an Explore Pathways game of this or that, which you've seen. You know, we always start our sessions that way. We're going to hear from our special guest at PepsiCo, who are going to tell us more about the family of PepsiCo products and kind of what it looks like to work there. And then we'll be led through an activity exploring different career opportunities within the company. And then we're going to head to our breakout rooms, where you'll have the opportunity to continue making your connections through networking. And then we're going to close the session with reflections and share some upcoming announcements and then wrap up. And then for our mentors who are joining us today, your role is really to model participation, right? By having your camera on, by being present, engaging in the chat, and just sharing your knowledge of the various roles and responsibilities that are within the industry you work, and provide guidance. We don't have a ton of time to be honest with you, but the little bit that you can share, I promise you, is so valuable. So we'll be looking forward to hearing your voices. I hope that's cool with y'all. I'm going to turn things over to Mickey so we can jump into this icebreaker.
Yes, so let's get into our game, our this or that game. And we want you to learn more about your abilities and your preferences as it relates to career opportunities. And this game helps you think about your preferred working environment. So we're going to go through 4 slides and you pick A or B, and you can just kind of take note of which you're picking more of, more A or more B. Okay, so question 1. Are you better focused in an indoor office or working outside? A, indoor office, B, working outside. Answer in the chat. Okay, A, B. It's like kind of, even there. Gotcha. Like maybe my ideal office would be indoors, but with a patio, a screened-in patio. Okay, slide 2 or question 2. Would you rather A, have remote work, or B, be in the office? A, remote work, or B, be in the office? Okay. A lot of A all day, but also a lot of B. Okay. Okay, question 3. Do you see yourself more comfortable in a city office, the hustle and bustle of a city office, or a rural or suburban location? Okay, I see a lot of city, but also I see some suburbs happening. Okay, and our last one, question 4. Do you like to A, be on the road for work, like traveling, going to different cities or different locations, have a region maybe, or B, be in one regular location? You like knowing where you're going, set up all your office stuff. Okay, great work. I love seeing all the different answers. Oh, we have an A and B. Yes. Okay, so now that you've completed this, if you've answered mostly A's, then you are better or maybe prefer a work environment that is varied, includes things like travel. And if you answered mostly B, then you might thrive in a more office-based work environment. And this just helps you know what kind of careers to explore and to accept, and helps you know your strengths. So it helps you know what could be a good fit for you. Okay, that was so much fun. So now I am thrilled to welcome April Carr, Senior Sales Director, Sales Technology Innovation Platforms, and the rest of the PepsiCo team. And then later we will hear from some more folks. So welcome, April.
Awesome. Thank you. And so excited to be here with our Step Up family and our PepsiCo family. We're going to jump straight in and give you a little bit of information regarding our company, PepsiCo, and all of the great things that we offer. But we do know that this is career camp. We know it's summertime. So we want to start out with a quick commercial slash hype video for Pepsi. So let's kick it off.
Me gusta perder, dime qué vamos a hacer. Me paso mirando el cel, wow, no puede ser. Darle un poco duro que voy a responder. Quisiera volverte a ver. Dando, no sé qué estamos esperando. El orgullo nos está ganando. Ay, desde que nos vimos pienso en. Después dividimos cada cual por su cuenta. Por aquí. Ok. Baby, dime la verdad. Si te olvidaste de mí, yo sé que fue una noche nada más. Tranquilita, tú siempre te roba el show.
Open a Pepsi to unlock up to 3 free months of Apple Music and listen to Bad Bunny all summer long.
Dividimos cada cual por su camino.
Awesome. So just something to get the blood flowing, get everybody in a good hype mood, and to introduce PepsiCo. So Pepsi, a little bit about us. So PepsiCo is a global organization. We actually have our consumers, shoppers that enjoy more than 1 billion impressions or instances where they are consuming our products. And that's across over 200 countries. And so we are really excited about the portfolio of products that we have. As we continue to move through the content for today and the engagement today, one of the things that you'll find is that in doing so, be a common theme of branding. So with that, PepsiCo is tied, it's included in our mission. If we go back one slide, our mission, our vision, and essentially our purpose, right? So what we are all about is creating more smiles with every sip and every bite. So when you think about that, where do you consume our products? You usually consume our products with your family, with your friends, barbecues, just at home, things like that. And so we want to make sure that we are fully embedded in each and every one of your experiences with you and your family. And we're all about being a global leader and winning with Pep Positive. And so I'll show you on some of the other slides what Pep Positive means for us. But our way is all about being faster, stronger, and better. So making sure that we're winners, making sure that we're transforming, and making sure that we're growing along the way and being good to our people and our planet. So if we go to the next slide, our brands. We have over 250 million to $1 billion brands. And the fun thing about this slide is that it really shows the breadth of our brands across our foods and our beverages portfolio. I'd love to just see who knew that Bubbly was a part of PepsiCo, or that Aquafina or portions of Starbucks products are a part of PepsiCo. We have such a broad portfolio. And so we want to make sure that you all know all of the great product offerings that are out there for you. Yes, Sabra, like there's so many really, really great products that are out there. Stacy's Life Water, Captain Crunch, Life. Aunt Jemima is actually, well, formerly Aunt Jemima, but now that brand is actually a part of us as well, in terms of that, as well as some of the Near East and things like that. So cool, let's go to the next slide. And I have a question for you. So you can put it in the chat. Which division do you think actually generates the most revenue? Foods or beverages? What's your pick? A or B? All right, I see the numbers coming in. If we could click, we'll see what the answer is. It's actually foods. It's close, but it's foods for us. And you see the split here at 58 to 42%. So if we could go to the next slide, just want to also double down on our culture, right? So I talked about Pep Positive a bit. It's really about how do we positively impact our agriculture, our value chain. So think about our product from making it with raw materials to putting it on the shelf for you to be able to buy it. And then last but certainly not least, positive choices for our people. And our people includes our consumers and shoppers, and also our people within the organization. So if we go to the next slide, you'll get a look at, some of the awards that are related to culture, right? That PepsiCo has been honored to receive. And on the next slide, you get to see how some of that comes to life for us in the community. Step Up is an amazingly important partner with us at PepsiCo. We also partner with other folks and community leaders. Black Changemakers is a really great program in Solid Black. So if you haven't heard about it, jot it down and Google it later. We have Pep Plus Portraits where we feature a lot of our associates as well as women of color. We do features as well. You'll see some of the other areas. STEM is really big for us. Food for Good, where we're giving back to the community. So it really is about how we continue to grow, not only internally as an organization, but also grow our networks around us. And then last but not least, if we go to the next slide, one of the ways that we really pour into our associates is through what's called employee resource groups. And so the PepsiCo folks that you have on the call are a part of our Women of Color employee resource group. And we're really, really focused in this employee resource group on increasing representation, providing different type of career development opportunities like this one in partnership, and also just elevating our presence, right? We're here. We're in full effect, and we want to make sure that you also get to elevate your presence by way of branding yourself in a very dynamic and amazing way. And you see the other employee resources groups noted as well. So with that, yes, go girls empowerment all day long. So with that, we'll go to the next slide. That was a quick overview. But we want to be able to actually engage with you in what's called a branding challenge. And so what you saw early on was the opportunity to see a lot of our dynamic and great big brands. It doesn't happen without having a good reputation and name behind it, right? And so we're going to see how that plays out through a challenge with you all for the rest of the time together. But first, we're going to actually do a quick spotlight on 4 of our PepsiCo dynamic women of colors that are mentors here today. And they're going to give you just a small snippet of their careers, and we'll see how we can actually leverage that in our challenge coming up. We have Vivian Sanjog, who's also known as Sun, DJ, and then Joy. So with that, I'll kick it off. Second elevator pitch on what they do. Vivian, you're up.
Awesome. That was so exciting. The full intro to PepsiCo, I was super jazzed about that. And who doesn't love Bad Bunny, right? So that was a great video. My name is Vivian Rodriguez, and I am a food service senior sales manager. So I manage 9 key account managers for the Southern California workplace business, which is our college universities, hospital healthcare, some of our third-party operators, serveries. We manage over 4 million cases in my territory and over $90 million in net revenue. I've been with the company for 20 years, well, actually 19.7. So I'm inching my way to that 20 years in January. I'm super excited to be here. I co-chair the Women of Color for the West out here in California. And, one thing that really keeps me excited about PepsiCo is somewhere that I can bring my true self to work, right? In the last couple of years specifically, right, we've done a lot with our ERGs, which are our employee resource groups, and looking forward to the mentorship piece of the program.
Awesome, Son.
Hey, thanks, Vivian. I'm in California too, so that's awesome. This weather though, but yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Sun. I'm thrilled to be here representing digital transformation at PepsiCo. Over my 5 years with the company, I've really witnessed the way technology can change the way that we do business. So during my first 4 years, I led a team of 15 and I identified processes that really hindered our selling efforts. And I thought, hey, this isn't it. There has to be an easier way to do this, right? I was like, nah, this ain't it. So recognizing the need for technology, I pursued an MBA at the University of California, Irvine. And I really wanted to equip myself with the knowledge to sort of change the way that we do our business. Now I'm part of the digital transformation team, and we focus on selling applications that empower our sales leaders. So I want to share a little success story with all of you. So April was just describing all of the products that we have in our portfolio, right? So our new leaders were telling us, hey, there's too many products: Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos, Lay's, Hot Cheetos. They don't know which products to sell, and there was just too much data that they didn't know what to do with it. So we developed an application that enables machine learning and uses things like weather, events, demographics, sales, pairs it all together, and it gives you suggested products to sell at the store. So now it takes out that guesswork. So you don't have the new leaders wondering, hey, what should I sell? Or basing it off of a Bad Bunny commercial, right? Now they're actually using data to make those decisions, and they can sell easily, and they sound like pros doing it just right at their fingertips. So I'm really proud to be on a team that contributes to PepsiCo's success by enabling our products to make, move, and sell effectively and think differently. And I encourage all of you today on the call and throughout the rest of your career journey or your school journey to just think about ways that you can do things differently that are outside of the box, because there's always an easier way. Thank you for the opportunity to share my role and the impact on the business. I'm excited.
Awesome. Thanks, son. DJ.
Hello, everyone, or as we say in Portuguese, bom dia. My name is DJ. I'm a marketing director for Positive Brands here at PepsiCo. I've been with the company for 16 years and counting. I've started my career in franchise, and then I moved to marketing because I realized that I'm a marketer by heart, and I'm a brand passionate and advocate. And I also embrace societal impact, which is one of the things that we here at PepsiCo are very much in the driving seat. And throughout my career, I have had the chance to work in several different countries with several different roles. More recently, I've been in New York for the past 6 years, in which I was leading some of the work for some of our global brands like Pepsi, and then most recently Lay's, which, these brands are sold in over 200 countries. They impact billions of consumers every day. And I get the chance to develop campaigns and other initiatives for 1 billion plus people all over the world. In my recent role, because I just transitioned to the Positive Brands team, you heard April talking about Pep Positive. So I'm on the team that is championing and driving this agenda through the lens of our brands. And how can we drive more of societal and environmental impact, not just for our business, but also for our consumers and our communities. And final tidbit for me, which is one of the reasons why I love working in this company so much, is the focus and how we embrace diversity. My background, I'm originally from Angola, which is a country located in the south of Africa. I then moved to Portugal sometime in my early 20s, and now I get the chance to work in New York. So it's an incredible opportunity and very much championing people from all over the world. So happy to be with you all today, and looking forward for the rest of the hour. Thank you.
Awesome, DJ. And then last but not least, Joy.
All right, good morning, everyone. Definitely excited to be here with you, ladies. So my name is Joy, as April mentioned, and I actually this month celebrate 10 years with Pepsi, so definitely very excited about that. Over my career, I've done numerous roles in sales and sales operations. So from district manager, general manager, I know Vivian was talking about key account manager, done many, many roles. And currently I am a transformation manager. It's actually similar to what sounds like Sun does. And what I am in charge of is I support our field teams with understanding and learning new technology that comes out from our company. So on the beverages side, we have applications that our teams use to sell, to deliver, to merchandise. Also, their managers use this same technology to track their teams, understand their progress, also looking at their sales performance in their accounts. And what I do is I come in to make sure they understand how to best leverage this technology to be successful. So to be more efficient, to sell more, and just kind of bring all of that together for our field team. So I am based in Memphis, and I support our South Division of beverages. And one thing that I like about Pepsi, and I know people ask me like, what has kept me here 10 years? And one thing I always say is the people, through ERGs, through, mentors I've gained over the year, and even some of my closest friends I've gained through the company has really kept me. I think the best thing about Pepsi, I always say, are the people here. They truly care about you, your development, and we have our own family here. So definitely looking forward to work with you ladies and participate in this event today. Thank you.
Awesome. So those are a couple of our all-stars. With this slide, this is just a little glimpse of how you can think differently depending on your geography, and they're taking in different flavors to be able to appeal to those audiences, right? So if we go to the next slide. Again, this is going to be all about you, all about branding. Let's hit the next slide and talk about what's next. So this is a collage of work that was done previously in this space. So you're going to create a product. Let's go to the next slide and get into the meat of the challenge. Hopefully everybody loves the challenge. So it's your branding and sales challenge. It'll be an opportunity to connect, create your plan, network, and then share back out. So what you are going to do, 3 key things. You're going to pick a role. So you can either be a brand marketeer, ops, be in operations where you're actually moving the product. You could be market development, transformation, where you're thinking about how do I, what digital products are needed to sell this, or you can be in sales and get it done, right? And sell to our consumers. I want you to create a product. I want you to name your product. I want you to think about and identify your target market. So is this going to be for, Gen X? Is this going to be, who is this going to be for? And then brand it. So how would you brand it? And then we're going to talk about your sales pitch. So what would you do to actually go and sell this product to your target market? Think about a slogan and what's really going to seal the deal from a sales perspective. Any questions before we jump in? We're going to go straight into breakouts. You'll have a combination of mentees, mentors, there to coach and support, but we want you to put your creative hats on. This is an opportunity to really dig deep and think big. Okay?
Great. Thank you, April. Okay, we're going to transition. You should get a pop-up on your screen. And there you go. Hey, everybody, we should all be back now. Hope you had some good thinking time and came up with an amazing product. So I will start with my group. And we did not get a person as our person. So who wants to volunteer for, we were just like coming up with ideas until the last second. So let's see. I don't see any of my group people. Who wants to share?
Go.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Fiona.
So I was kind of the researcher developer for what we decided to come up with, and that was salt and vinegar popcorners. And so Monica was going to do the marketing. So she was going to plan on partnering with a movie theater like AMC. And PepsiCo was going to work on the sale. So how we would sell that to movie theaters and to other companies.
Awesome. Thank you, Fiona. That was so fun. Hollis, what did your group come up with?
Rika, tell everybody about Munchins.
Yes, so we decided that we would make a market snacks, right? Because they are something you can eat at any point of the day. And our target audience would be college students who need snacks to pull overnight, as most importantly, and we were leaning towards making it a sustainable, we're leaning towards fulfilling our social responsibility and not harming the environment. So what we came up with is that we make something similar to Cheetos, but they'll be bland, and you will get a cheesy dip, which will also be very healthy. And you can dip the Cheetos in the dip, and then you can eat them, munch it whenever you want to, as the name suggests. And the boxes will be sustainable. You can use them you can reuse them, which I think is a great thing. And we will also be personalizing them. We'll give you napkins with the boxes, and we'll send you notes. And the napkins will have some attractive logos and a message for you, and I personally think it was a great idea. And I had a lot of fun brainstorming with everybody, especially Hollis.
No, that's so cool. Love it. Thank you, Erica. Okay, Kyra, how about your group?
I'll let Deeksha share what they came up with.
Well, okay. So in our group, I took ops, and we wanted to go with a beverage, and our beverage is called Summer Fresh because it's summer, and we wanted to go with a healthy version because health is something that's like everyone is caring about a lot these days. So we wanted to go with that. And then a mentor said that summer is when they have a lot of sales. So we thought that beverage could also be another option. Beverage would be the best option. And the flavor that we chose was strawberry lemonade, because it's summer and it's all fancy, and our target audience were families. So as Brittany, who wanted to do marketing, she came up. She wanted to use Serena Williams to market the product because she's like towards the family audience, and she's someone who PepsiCo is already affiliated with. So yeah, it was a really productive breakout.
Oh, that's awesome. That drink would go well with the snacks we already have. That's awesome. Okay, and the last group, Tracy.
Yep, Katie.
Oh yeah, so we actually came up with two kinds of chips, and they're kind of going to be seasonal and uh, limited time only, LTO. Yeah, I learned a new term today. But yeah, so the first one would be like churro chips essentially, but obviously we're open to expanding to different kinds of sweet flavors, but they'd be marketed during like holiday times like Christmas, or you could sell them during like festivals or something. And then the target audience would probably attract a lot of like Hispanic audiences, as well as like maybe we could put them in little baggies and give them out during Halloween. So things like that. And then the other one Priscilla came up with, and it was like pickled like chips, and like pickled hot Cheetos or hot chips. And that would also be for like a limited time offer, and it would be for like maybe like investors or people that are interested in like those innovative kind of products. But yeah, and then our slogan for the sweet chips was sweet fun. So yeah, that's our
Nice.
products.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, those limited editions get me every time because I got to stock up on them. All right, so creative. Absolutely love it. So we're going to go into some networking. You can ask some questions about what we just did, and that'll just be for a few minutes, but you should get a pop-up on your screen.
Did you get kicked out of your room?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, we need to get you back there.
We're all coming back to the main room now.
Oh, okay, okay. No worries then.
Okay, it looks like we are back. We're back. So we want to hear a little bit more about our mentors and some of the things that our teens and young adults took away. And I'm going to start with Coral. Since I was messing up your name a little bit earlier, we'll get it right in front of everybody.
Totally okay. So we just talked about how they started off their journey like right after college. For most of them, like they like got into seeing how the career program was, and so one of them started as an intern and then learned throughout their job just how to navigate different responsibilities. And I think that's awesome because like being able to grow within a company right from the start, like not knowing anything, is kind of amazing. And then like being able to apply and then right away get the dream job that they wanted from a career fair is like very inspiring to me, because it's like I'm gonna go into internship soon, and it's just like, if they can do it, I can do it too.
We love to hear that. That's like,
You
know,
can
making
do
my
it.
heart. Yes, that's making my oh, did you say, oh, I thought someone said they couldn't hear me. That is exactly why we're in this space together. That just lights my heart up hearing you say, if they can do it, you can do it. Absolutely. That is totally why we're here. And we are rooting for you and that flower crown. So yes, yes, yes. Mickey, who's gonna share out from your group?
Yes. Monica.
Okay, so some of the things we talked about in my group was the different kinds of like technology they use and how they use it. So some examples they had was like they use GPS to make sure like the trucks are getting to like the certain locations they need to for their products. I thought it was interesting because I didn't know PepsiCo had like an alcohol side to it. So that was really interesting to learn that from Michelle. Michelle talked about like field testing and like surveys, like seeing like if there were questions, were they difficult to ask, or if there were too many questions being asked in the survey, as well as like when it comes to placing order, how does that look like? Is that like confusing for people, or is it like an easy process? So it was really insightful to hear about like the technology they were using.
Nice, thank you. Tracy?
Take it away, Priscilla. Hi, so in our group, it was a bit like more personal advice of how to get started in like promoting ourselves or college, because Vivian and April mentioned that college is a time where you get to know yourself, but it's also a time where you have to like start branding yourself and start considering what is going to make those employers attracted or want to say, I want to hire her. So these are like really great advice that I will definitely be using in the future.
Thank you, thank you. Kyra?
So Brittany is going to be our spokesperson.
Hi, everybody. So the first thing that we dug into was what everybody's major was, and how their pathway has led them to PepsiCo. We also discussed the value of a master's degree, and Uchenna shared that she pursued her MBA because she wanted to strengthen her skill sets around business, which is relatable to me because I'm also considering getting my MBA. And then we completed our conversation by also digging into what the day-to-day responsibilities was for the IT department, if I'm correct. So it was a really holistic conversation, and I took a lot away from it.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. But I got to tell you, I knew you would. I knew we would. I mean, Pepsi is just that one. I'm not even going to hold you. Well, listen, we want to thank you all for joining us today. We hope that you all were able to learn and explore different pathways and network and just learn from our incredible special guests at PepsiCo. As always, we're going to take a quick poll that we're asking just our teens and young adults to complete. And then we have some announcements. Mentors don't complete it, just for the teens and young adults.
And mentors, while you're waiting, if you want to put your LinkedIn in the chat, that way they can, and if you're okay with our young adults and the teens who are old enough, contact you on LinkedIn, they can be in touch with you that way. Great. All right. Thank you all for doing that poll. And thank you so much for being here on our last day of Explore Pathways sessions. Don't miss the last few. We have a few more coming up, US Bank later today and Capital Group. So do not miss those sessions. They're going to be amazing. And remember, you get points for attending each session. And each session may be with a company you may or may not know, but either way, you're going to learn more about different jobs, career opportunities that you've never heard of. And your passion could be right around the corner. And continue participating in our Spirit Day. You know, today is Throwback Thursday. We're doing decades. I am decked out in my dashiki and my fluffy earrings because I'm all 70s, baby. So let's see what you got throughout the day. and your packet has more information, your counselor has more information. And remember to complete that Step Up intake form if you have not done that, because there are lots of giveaways and prizes from various companies coming your way. We have to have your address for that. We need to have all the other information that's in there too. So I think that link is going to be in there in the chat if you still need that, but also your counselor can give that to you. And I think that's a wrap. So thanks so much for coming and participating today. To all of our mentors, we're so glad that you are here. I see some of those LinkedIn in the chat, so please connect with them. You have a few minutes to do that here. And always thank you to our teens and young adults for choosing to be here with us and be a part of Step Up. Your engagement is really what inspires us. Again, hearing you say, if they can do it, I can do it. That is what is just the icing on the cake for us. That just inspires us to keep going. So thank you for being here. We will be here for that 15-minute hangout time. If you want to stay and ask questions or talk about what you just experienced, or just hang out with Step Up staff, we are going to be around for the next 15 minutes. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in the next session.